This video worse than a AI slop video. It's a video about AI slop. And I just I want to share it with you. Like this just happened to me today. There's a new feature on YouTube that I'd never noticed before. So I thought I would take you behind the scenes, behind the S, and like just talk about what YouTube wants me to do. You know, it's the seduction of the innocent. In this case, I'm the innocent. And I want to show you the bizarre incentive structures because this is the thing. I was actually texting yesterday with Rob Markman. Because there's been a lot of like very unpleasant stuff happening sort of on music YouTube in general, hip hop YouTube in specific, and like it's been kind of bumming me out. So yesterday I just sort of reached out. I just contacted people who I know and like, and just sort of, I just said, "Hey, what's up? How's it going?" And so if you haven't seen Rob Markman's most recent video on the word "stan" and its usage by Eminem and Nas, man, go watch it. It's great. It's exactly what YouTube should be. It's exactly what hip hop YouTube should be. Someone sharing their expertise, their excellence, promoting knowledge, promoting culture, all of it's just great. So I just sent him a message saying that. And he responded, that it's tough. It's tough because like, if he were to do a video on controversy, if he were to do a video on beef, he he'd be able to buy a couple more comic books. It would really boost his numbers, and that's the kind of internal conflict that we have as creators. But it goes one step further because the platform wants us to fight. The platform wants us to take sides. The platform wants us to please our viewers, and the easiest way to please our viewers is to hit them in their lizard brain, to hit them in their tribalistic thinking, and to get them in us versus them mentality. So let me take you behind the curtain as I show you what is called inspiration. So this is my page, okay? Channel content, kind of see how things are going, what's monetized. I got my video on Raekwon coming out in 2 days, my video on Fake Mink coming out tomorrow. I got the Yay Pharrell thing, that's doing pretty well. Dev Lemons is not doing very well. That's okay. I didn't expect it to. My Mac Miller thing with Read My Soul, I kind of wish that were doing better because I really think that's some really great work. But obviously some Drake stuff that's getting a lot of heat. The Tyler video is outperforming the Drake video, so that's nice. But what I want you to see up here is this promotions, podcasts, playlists, posts, lives, shorts, inspiration. Now, it used to be when I would click on inspiration, they would have like a list of like these are the hot topics to talk about, and sometimes it'd be specific to music, so it might say I don't know the new Drake album or whatever, or it might be more general. Did Trump do something evil and incompetent? Oh my God, let's talk about it. But look at what happens when you hit inspiration now. This this is wild, okay? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. They're making video titles and thumbnails for me based on what the viewers want, based on what you want, okay? It used to be little suggestions. Now they're doing everything for me. And listen, you need to understand something. This one at the top, decoding Drake's digital footprint, authenticity versus artifice. If I were to just poop out that video right now, and I could, it would take me an hour probably to come up with enough stuff to say, 20 minutes to record. That's on the financial end, easily 200 bucks. That's easily 200 bucks in my bank. That's a good thumbnail. I could just put my face on there. That's a good title. It's all trying to pull me into this AI slop where I make the AI slop for them. The quiet power of silence in modern rap. You see, the problem is this. I've been saying for a long time. I've been saying for a long time, AI can't replace me. I make stupid points that no one cares about. AI doesn't do that. But this this is an actual good idea. This is a good idea for a topic. The quiet power of silence in modern rap. Now I sort of want to make that video. Quadeca's Vanisher, Horizon Scraper, and in-depth analysis. I already did that. I already did that. I didn't have this stupid robot, the what is that game called? What's that game that XQC plays? the one where the guy jumps around all over the place. Did social media kill our ability to think? I'd love to talk about that. Is this actual evidence of social media killing our ability to think? And now check out this insanity. Are you ready? Are you ready for the insanity? Look, if I hit refresh, they'll give me all new ideas. All new ideas. Hip hop's wisdom gap, bridging generations, a very popular topic. I could fart that out right now. You want me to do that? You want me to start talking about that? You want me to start talking about, I don't know. I saw this video from top five Freddy, what's the guy's name? Anyways, where he was kind of talking about this sort of stuff and about being sort of an anti-culture united sort of thing, and that being it's like a generational gap. I could talk about that. I could bring all this stuff in. Drake's persona, legacy versus hype, dissecting new artist. XQC responds to my dirt analysis continues. Like that's true. I did do that video. That's this is a video I've thought about making. I've thought about that. I've written it out because what he said was, I consume, buddy. That was his defense, was I consume, buddy. And so I was going to tie it all into George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead and the way that he shifted what a zombie means. Originally zombies in Haitian folklore ties into basically post-slavery fears of being forced to work without being in any control or any autonomy. And then when he made Night of the Living Dead, it sort of became about something else. But then Dawn of the Dead, it took place in a shopping mall, and that's where the figure of the zombie became a representation of our fears of overconsumerism. So when XQC looks at the screen and tells me, I consume, buddy, what I also hear is, I'm a zombie, buddy. I'm a zombie, buddy. I'm just a zombie. And I agree, he is a zombie because the internet's killing our ability to think. Social media is killing our ability to do critical thinking, which is the other video that AI wanted me to make that I also want to make. This AI creep kind of knows his stuff or her stuff or their stuff. I did. That's spooky. I did want to make it. I consume, buddy. I consume. So, yeah, the unseen brilliance of non-mainstream hip hop documentaries. Now, I see there's just a video I want to watch. Come on now. What's up? What's up? I don't know. That Dope Shift or Def Goldblum. Maybe you could do that. I don't. So I actually saved some other ones. I started doing screenshots, and this is wild because it is interesting. It is interesting what they suggest. Drake's authenticity crisis on the mic. That thumbnail works. That could totally work. Hip hop's age problem, the generational divide. AI understands that my viewers like my ability to be an old guy who can relate to young people, I suppose. And I suppose spooky. And then we get to the realness. Black Thought versus Jay-Z. Some rapper, I guess, recently said that Black Thought is better than Jay-Z and people are losing their mind. Man, I don't think so, but I don't really care. I, I don't. A comparative analysis is undertaken to explore the perceived realness in the artistic expressions of Black Thought and Jay-Z. By the way, AI is never going to stop AIing, okay? Realness. Realness. Is one of those people supposed to be Jay-Z and the other one is supposed to be Black Thought? I don't know. Is realness Black Thought in this thumbnail? Realness? I don't know. And then up above here, hip hop's age problem. You have like all these people with multiple hands. Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist Pinata 2 review. Now, why did I not think of this, everybody? Why did I not think of making a review of Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist Pinata 2? You know? Frankly, nobody has talked about, not a single person. One second here. One second. Thank you, AI, because you understand something that no one else understands. Nobody, not a single person, no matter how popular Freddie Gibbs is, oh, he made the album of the year. No matter how popular Alchemist is, oh, he's one of the biggest producers. Not a single person on YouTube or in written print or on Twitter or on Instagram or anywhere in the world has ever discussed Pinata 2 because it doesn't exist. Because Pinata 1 was produced by Madlib. So, hey, you can't win them all, AI. You made some good guesses, but Pinata 2 is currently an album that does not exist. And if it did exist, it wouldn't be by Alchemist. The worst freshman cipher phenomena, a lyrical dissection. Man, I thought about making that one too. I really thought about making that one because um, the 2016 cipher was so important, and it feels like we're just in a permanent cycle of repeating that. And I thought about kind of breaking down that cipher, like what was good and what was bad. But I don't know. I'm not going to do that video, but that would be a very popular topic. Hip hop's age problem. Man, AI wants me to talk about this so bad. Freddie Gibbs and Alchemist Alfredo 2 lyrical deep dive. Ah, now that does exist. I don't know which of those two fellows is Alchemist. I'm pretty I'm pretty sure neither of these two people are Alchemist or Freddie Gibbs for that matter. I don't know. For dibs. For dibs. A chemist. Alfredo too. And how about this one? Fantano meetup, lost tapes revealed. So, I met up with Fantano in Rochester last year. It's true. But there's no lost tapes. I didn't record anything secretly. We didn't do anything secretly. There is nothing. This is a thing which I would kind of wish to exist, but does not exist. This unearthed content. Man, I would get so many views if I posted that, but I'm not going to. A deeper dive into its lost waves. So they actually took the title of my Quatica video, Quatica Lost on the Waves of Youth, and they are taking that and changing that and saying deeper. So just taking the thing that I already did and just saying deeper. Man, that was like an hour long review. So, anyways, this video, it's not very good. I told you it wasn't very good. It's not that interesting, except that you're normally when I do a video, the Raekwon the Chef video is going to come out in 2 days. I spent I don't know, 3 days listening to it like 3 or 4 times a day. I went through all the lyrics on Lyric Genius. I went back and revisited his entire catalog. I started like writing sort of like little scripts and stories and tying it into my life. I recorded on my back porch. I had all the lighting just proper. I had the proper camera, everything. This one I'm recording on my bed during quiet time. I haven't had any prep. I haven't planned anything. But y'all want to hear people talk about AI, so y'all are watching this. I'm not even criticizing you. I'd click on this too if I were me, and I'm not me. So, anyways, in conclusion, I think that Pinata 2 is Alchemist's best produced album. So, to you I might erase this by the way. I might. I'm not sure if this is even good enough, but it's fun to think about. Should I do this again? All right, I'm just gonna do one more time. I'm just gonna do one more time, seeing what AI thinks I should do. Okay, let's just do one more time. Let's do one more spin of the roulette. All right, what you coming up with? What you coming up with? What you coming up with? Kendrick's Mr. Morale, Trauma or Triumph, Trauma and Triumph, Dingus, Tour Trouble, Drake's Perceived Instability, and Fan Fatigue. Ah, it's sweet. Look at that. Uh, what's up with that thumbnail? I don't think I'd put out that thumbnail myself. The silent erasure of hip hop's black foundations. Uh, the silent harasser of Hohopos BT-hor hip hop foundations. That's a good one right there. Unpacking Night of the Hunter reference in Drake. Oh man, there's none. Political genius of JID decoding forever story. Thank you so much because next video I'm gonna do is gonna be on JID and I'm excited about it. I'm gonna listen to that album about a million times and draw all sorts of connections. All right, until next time. Where's the camera? Where is the camera? I don't know anymore because I'm not even recording my normal thing.